The commander of a unit of the 22nd Separate Mechanized Brigade of the Ground Forces with call sign Storm recalls how he reacted to an order to launch an operation in Kursk region. He says that Ukrainian armed forces were able to implement something they had never even dreamed of.
I won't make up anything. I'll just say that I was shocked at first that we would actually cross the border. I did not believe it. At first I thought it was just talks. But when the first group actually went there, I realized that it was not a joke, but a reality, and we should treat it positively and with combat readiness.
The Russian command knew months in advance about Ukrainian armed forces' plans to enter the territory of Kursk region, The Guardian has reported. But the Russian Army General Staff failed to prepare for this operation and avoid disorder and panic among the Russian military.
They were scared. They did not expect that we would actually cross the border, that we would actually enter their territory and do something, take them prisoners or storm. That's why they definitely, either alone or en masse, surrendered as prisoners of war. There were border guards and conscripts.
A few days after the Ukrainian Defense Forces launched an operation in Kursk region, videos of Russian servicemen surrendering as prisoners of war have appeared online. The Ukrainian Armed Forces Commander-in-Chief Alexander Syrsky said the Ukrainian military had captured 594 Russian soldiers in just first 20 days of the offensive.
We were given the task of clearing the village, so we gradually advanced through. We knew where the enemy's strong point was. Near that position, Russian military started waving their hands. We received a command to fight, but my fellows and I decided to wait a bit. We raised our weapons up as they did. Then their platoon commander came up to us. We were already overjoyed that we had two prisoners, a commander and a deputy. But when we asked him if there was anyone else in the stronghold, he said yes, a whole platoon. He led them out and we took 28 prisoners in total.
Less than 10 days after the Ukrainian forces began advancing near Kursk, Russia initiated negotiations on exchange of prisoners for the first time in the years of war. The chairman of the Council of Reservists, Ivan Tymochko, has said on August 24th, the first 115 Russian conscripts were exchanged for Ukrainian servicemen, including those who had been held by Russian occupants since 2022. On September 13th, Kyiv and Moscow exchanged 49 people. The conscripts went back to Russia, while prisoners of war as well as civilian hostages were returned to Ukraine. On the next day, on September 14th, Ukraine returned 103 servicemen in exchange for Russian prisoners of war. Among them, for the first time in a while, were servicemen from the 12th Special Forces Brigade Azov of the National Guard of Ukraine.
Thank you.
During the months-long operation in Kursk region, the Ukrainian armed forces have taken control of about 100 towns and villages. This is 1,300 square kilometers. Closer to mid-September, Russian troops began active assault operations. They tried to attack the Ukrainian forces from several directions at once. On September 18th, the representative of the Ukrainian commandant's office in Kursk region said the Russian counteroffensive has been stopped. Since then, the army of the aggressor country has been hitting Ukrainian-controlled settlements with artillery, using drones and guided aerial bombs.
Was your home damaged or not? But it was not Ukrainians, was it? They have no other methods of offensive. They have to destroy everything with bombs, artillery, and try to take positions this way. They always use this tactic in the Donetsk region and now in Kursk. They don't attack any other way. They can only destroy first and then try taking control of these destroyed positions.
In order to hold back the Ukrainian military offensive, the Russian command has redeployed 40,000 to 60,000 soldiers near Kursk. And according to the command of the Ukrainian task force, Siversk, they will continue the redeployment. Despite the fact that Russia is sending new, better trained units to Kursk, this is still not enough to push back the Ukrainian army.
У них есть Ленинградский военный округ, куда они перебросили часть войск.
They have the Leningrad military district, from which they have transferred some of the troops that they were obviously preparing for battle in Ukraine in order to achieve the goals they had set for themselves. They have some units that they transferred from the front. This includes the Marines, at least 2 brigades. There are airborne units as well as conscripts. And it seems to me that some of them will be forced to sign a contract for military service.
The Kursk operation has already shown its results. The Ukrainian president has said it has added motivation for Ukrainian partners to be more decisive and continue putting pressure on the Russian Federation. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Valeria Nekapelova, UATV News.